makatotohanan,
maaasahan.
At higit sa lahat, walang kinikilingan.
Ito ang
LEV Radio, ang inyong kabalikat sa paghahatid ng mga boses ng DLSUD High School.
Tutukan dito lamang sa 95.9 Green FM.
kung saan ang radyo ng lahat
Ay para sa lahat.
Huy, anong course mo?
Ako? BS Org.
PS Org? Ano yun?
Yan ang course naming student leaders. Kaya naman, if you want to know more about us and our program, organizations, listen now to BS Arguments, ang talk show ng mga leader estudyante. Hear about the life beyond leadership every Friday, 1 p.m. only here at 95.9 Green FM, ang radyo ng lahat, para sa lahat.
The latest news and the best music.
Wow, I feel good.
That and more here on 95.9 Green FM. No spin, no bias, just news. Stay tuned to 95.9 Green FM's news and public affairs programs for the latest updates on the country and the world. 95.9 Green FM.
It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You are still listening to 95.9 Green FM, live on the air and on Facebook Live.
Today is February 23. I am your host, Añedez.
And I am Mikhaela Aure, bringing you the latest news and quick updates here in
FastCast.
For today's headlines,
Quezon City local government approves programs on 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘢's Revolution's 40th anniversary.
ICC moves forward with pre-trial hearing despite Duterte's voluntary absence.
DILG dismantles 2 billion peso illegal cigarette factory disguised as steel warehouse in Tansa, Cavite.
U.S. President Donald Trump to raise global tariffs to 15%.
Philippines to experience rain amid cyclone Freewick, Pag-asa reports.
DLSUD holds a club exhibit at Museo de la Salle to celebrate National Arts Month 2026.
College of Tourism and Hotel Management Business attire and uniforms to be implemented next week.
DLSUD introduces ICAI 2026 on ethical AI and future education.
SEAT SG opens the SEAT Stride Sports Fest 2026.
DLSUD Patriots sweep Rizal 2026 provincial.
Advancement of criminal justice education called to attention at Kapihan 2.0.
DLSUD to hold university-wide commemoration on the 40th anniversary of the EDSA People Power Revolution. And now, let's head to our first story.
On February 22, the Quezon City Local Government Unit approved of any event or program held on the 𝘱𝘢 Revolution's 40th anniversary. Said LGU has approved any event and program given that they have filed the necessary documents. This was in clarification of the National Capital Region Police Office, or NCRPO, said that it would implement a so-called no permit, no rally policy. Following this, the Coalition Makabayan said they will plan to push through with the protests even without the permit. The city government also clarified that no one is banned from protesting based on their beliefs. This statement sets a precedent for not just for future 𝘱𝘢 celebrations, but future political endeavors and events as well.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte is skipping his appearance today as the International Criminal Court, or ICC, begins the pre-trial hearing to confirm charges of crimes against humanity. While Duterte claimed he is too frail to attend, the court's decision to proceed in his absence sets the quest for accountability moves with or without his cooperation. In a signed waiver, the ex-president describes himself as old, tired, and frail, preferring to stay in his cell rather than face the tribunal. However, The claim is being directly challenged by the court's own findings. Just weeks ago, a set of independent medical experts ruled that Duterte is mentally and physically fit for trial. The ICC also clarified today that his absence is a voluntary waiver of his rights and not a medical necessity. The ICC prosecutors have been blunt with the former president's case, labeling him as an unreliable historian of his own health and accused him of showing lack of respect for the court. Despite the empty chair in the trial, the hearing moves forward under Article 61 of the Rome Statute. The judges will spend the week weighing evidences from over 500 victims to decide if the former president of the Philippines will be the first Southeast Asian leader to face a full international trial.
The Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, led by Secretary John Vic Remulla, announced a successful raid of a large-scale illegal cigarette manufacturing hub in Tansa, Cavite, last Thursday morning. Operating since August 2025 under the front name Cavite South Luzon Steel Management, the facility produced an estimated 2 billion pesos worth of illicit tobacco products by falsely declaring shipments as canned goods. The operation was triggered by a report from a concerned citizen who noticed a strong odor of tobacco emanating from the area, leading to a joint inspection by the DILG and the Bureau of Customs. According to Secretary Remulla, the investigation has revealed that a high-ranking official is suspected of serving as a protector for the smugglers involved in the factory's operations. Authorities are currently preparing legal charges against the warehouse owners and operators for tax evasion and violations of the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he will increase his new global import tariffs to 15%. Trump said that higher duties will apply to most goods entering the United States to protect the country's economy. However, the U.S. Supreme Court earlier struck down his previous sweeping tariffs. In a 6-3 ruling, the court said the president does not have the authority to impose tariffs without congressional approval. Under the U.S. Constitution, Congress holds the power to levy the taxes and tariffs. Despite the decision, Trump said he will use a different provision under the 1974 Trade Act to enforce the 15% rate. The move has intensified tensions between the executive branch and the Supreme Court. It may also impact U.S. trading partners and global financial markets.
The Philippines is set for a week without tropical cyclones from February 20 to 27, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA. Despite the absence of cyclones, various regions across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao should anticipate scattered rains and thunderstorms, driven by 3 other prevailing weather systems. Cavite, Metro Manila, and the remaining parts of Luzon and Visayas will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains from the Amihan on Monday, February 23, 2026. While the rest of Mindanao will see isolated rain showers due to easterlies or localized thunderstorms.
DLSUD hosts its art exhibit entitled Siklab, Mga Dibuho, Musika at Makata at Museo de la Salle last February 20 to celebrate the National Arts Month 2026 with a theme entitled The Convergence of Visual Arts and Poetry for a Transformative Aesthetic. The exhibit is curated by Alitaptap Recreational Hub and Cavite Creative Community, which featured numerous artworks that shows the creative interpretation of poetry and artistic reflections through visual forms. The exhibit will run until April 17 and host artists talk on the same day.
The The College of Tourism and Hotel Management Student Government or CTHMSG announced implementation of the business attire that will take effect starting next week Tuesday, March 3. According to their post, CTHM students enrolled in hospitality and cruise subjects will then be required to wear designated uniforms depending on the subject and their professors. The business attire for tourism and hotel management students consists of a black blazer, white long sleeves, purple scarf with black skirts and for women, and black slacks for men. The chef's attire for culinary students consists of a chef's hat, green scarf, chef's jacket, an apron, a chef's hat, and black clogs. The food and beverage uniform comprised of white long sleeves, black vest, a bow tie, then skirts and stockings for women and slacks for men. And lastly, there's also the housekeeping attire with a white polo, nameplate, black slacks, and rubber shoes.
On February 19, DLSUD hosted the two-day International Conference on Artificial Intelligence or ICAI 2026 through a hybrid format, attracting educators, researchers, and practitioners in both local and international institutions. The conference was hosted in the theme of ethical AI governance, innovation, theology, and responsible AI integration in education with keynote and plenary talks dedicated to the subject. The second day was followed by oral and poster research presentations and panel discussions which showcase practical AI usage, machine learning, scholarly research, and new challenges in AI-guided teaching and learning. Throughout the two-day seminar, ICAI 2026 strengthened the university in its effort to achieve an ethical, inclusive, and progressive AI future in education.
The College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology Student Government or CEAT-SG announced its annual inter-department sports festival. The games will be starting today until February 2028. The participating sports are basketball, volleyball, football, badminton, table tennis, chess, swimming, track and field, then esports, MLBB, COD-M, Valorant, and Tekken 8.
DLSUD Patriots secured dominant victories during the 2026 Private Schools Athletic Association or PRISA provincial meet, sweeping multiple divisions from February 20 to 2022 at Ugnayang Lasal and Raquetas compound to secure their top ranking and advance to the regional qualifiers. DLSUD Smashers ruled badminton as Kedeng, Quiambao, 𝘱𝘢𝘢, and Malyari topped the singles brackets, while the duos of Villarin Oliveros and Fabros Ramos secured gold. On the chessboards, Aragones and Tesado led the men's division's ranking, while the basketball teams crushed up UPHS GMA with an 86-71 win for the men and a stunning 86-43 victory for the cage belts. In volleyball, both the Patriots and Lady Patriots maintained perfect records with a consecutive 3.30 sweeps against opponents. Furthermore, a silver medal finish in billiards by Pamintuan cemented the Patriots' second place overall standing. The three-day tournament concluded by celebrating the sportsmanship of the student athletes as they successfully represented the university on the provincial stage.
On February 21, 2026, the College of Criminal Justice Education or CCJE, led by Dean Dr. Rodel Esmila, hosted a forum at the university's Francisco Barzaga Hall. The event, called Kapihan 2.0, featured the topic of improving the college's curriculum to coincide with the industry standards. Various members of the college and criminal justice practitioners were invited to collaborate and discuss following the event's theme strengthening criminal justice education through multi-sectoral dialogue and collaboration.
The DLSUD University Student Government or USG are encouraging students to wear black shirts on February 2026, February 24, 2026 to commemorate the 40th EDSA People Power Revolution. It serves as a collective act of expression, reflection, solidarity, and gratitude for Filipino people who fought for our freedom and democracy today.
And that concludes our updates from the latest news inside and outside the campus in 20 minutes or less.
To stay updated, you may visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/959greenfm.
You may also follow us through our social media accounts at 959greenfm on X and TikTok, as well as dlsud.greenfm on Instagram. Meanwhile, our YouTube channel is at dlsudgreenfm and our website 959greenfm.wordpress.com.
This show is made possible through the collaborative effort of DLSUD Green FM's News and Public Affairs Department.
We would like to thank our overseeing directors Gwyneth Aristo, La Constance Bier, and Faith Añedez.
Let's also thank the news writers of today's reports, Ilyana Hebreo, Nisha Lanzaderas, Christine Igaw, Samuel Salviejo, Gavin Perez, Jark Riles Alinas, Gwyneth Aristo, Joel Senope, Chrismar Sanchez, Jillian Plianos, Gian Rossini, and Don Soriano. Again, this has been Mikhaela Aure.
And I am Faith Añedez, only here in FastCast. You are listening to 95.9 Green FM.
Radyo ng lahat, para sa lahat. Thank you and good afternoon.
The angel.
Hey, got a crush?
Or you want to confess your feelings or get a love advice, then